I saw this video of Academics breaking down when he just bumped into Jim Jones at the NBA YoungBoy concert. Ah, Jim.
See Birdman, and pause on that. I see Birdman walk in. I'm like, oh shit, Birdman. I'm walking down there, but I'm like, because I'm on the rise. I'm like, oh shit. I even went in front of my security. I'm like, oh shit, let me go tap it with Birdman real quick. As soon as I walk down, I see Jim Jones. Now I'm gonna keep it a beam with y'all. And again, I'm only speaking from my perspective. And y'all know, like when I be telling these stories, I don't never be hyping nothing, right? Like I think I'm pretty fair. I was walking quickly to get to Birdman, but right behind Birdman was Jim Jones. Jim Jones had brought his mom there. I didn't even realize he brought his mom. Like Mama Jones, he brought his mom. So I'm walking mad quickly. But I ain't gonna lie to you, I think the way Jim seen it was like I'm walking up on him. I swear. Like, cause I'm walking mad quick. And so and then so I see Birdman and I see Jim Jones. And I'm like, oh shit, Jim, what up? Now Jim, what up back at me? Is a different type of what up. He's like, nigga, what up? And I'm like, whoa. Now, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if it's how I walked up, because I walked up like OG3, nigga. Remember, you saw OG3 walked up with me? I walked up, but I wasn't, I was just walking quickly to get to Birdman. I'm gonna give Jim his credit. Jim was the oldest YN in the building, but he was on YN timing. I'm gonna keep it a beat. I go over to say, yo, Jim, we gotta get up and we gotta go do the interview. That's what I'm like, we got to go do the interview. I don't know if it's because YoungBoy was on stage. Jim Jones turned to a YN on me. Jim Jones was like, yo, hold on. Let me holler at you, man. Let me holler at you. Jim is like, yo, listen, man. I got to talk to you. I'm like, all right, what up? What's good? He kept asking questions like, yo, do y'all think the shit y'all do online is cool? So I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm kind of confused, honestly. I'm legit confused. I didn't get too much info out of him, but he mentioned 6ix9ine. He said, whatever 6ix9ine. Then he's like, yo, y'all gotta know, yo, it ain't safe when niggas is playing with me like that. And I'm thinking about, I'm like, what the fuck do I? So I kept trying to ask him. I said, what me and 6ix9ine got to do with you, or what I got to do with if you and 6ix9ine got something. Rappers are the best that if they can't find the person they don't like, someone else inherits. So it's like Dave Free seeing me and Dave Free saying, yo, well, I'll never see Drake ever in life. So let me tell you why I'm mad at Drake. Okay, cool. I think I'm like, yo, is he mad at, like, how is he mad at 6ix9ine and coming at me? Y'all two were 9 Trey Bloods. I was never a 9 Trey Blood, and I don't want to be one. If y'all got a problem, and here's the thing, I was thinking about their issue a little bit more. When 6ix9ine was a 9 Trey Blood, Jim knew about it before everybody got locked up. He could have prevented this by trying to do some whatever he had to do then. 6ix9ine gets locked up with some of the 9 Trey dudes, tells on the 9 Trey dudes, and then afterwards, 6ix9ine is still clowning because 6ix9ine like wearing that rat sleeve. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't care. Me, I'm one of them people. I talk, like I have that conversation. I know some of y'all like, again, after that handshake and even like that energy, I could have just said, I'm gonna just leave him over there, nigga. I walked up, I thought we could have a conversation. He just wasn't trying to have a conversation. So he was just like, yo, man, I ain't trying to have no conversation. He's like, listen, man, just enjoy the show. And I'm like, okay. Said something like, yo, and if anybody got a problem with me, they can let me know. I'm like, all right. Anyway, Jim was on his YN energy, man. I'm hoping he was just in a, maybe an upset frame of mind for that time, but I don't know.
I do know. And it's on both sides of the coin with both you and Jim. Where do y'all want to go first? Let's go to Jim first. Just accept it, people. That's why people are calling him the oldest YN in the world. When TMZ ran down on him, he laughed about it and he joked about it too. And people asking Jim to change, stop asking him to be a different person. He is who he is. All right. Just know who he is. That's all. Does that excuse being 49 years old and being on that type of time and temperature with a media or a blogger when you bump into each other at a concert? Right. And that's the thing too. It's just like, you could really be on time and you could really, really have, like, let's say physical energy towards somebody, but you don't even have to show it like that. You don't have to put it out there like that. Jim comes across sometimes as somebody that's not as in control of his emotions that he should be, because there's a million people around. And if you're going to have that type of energy, all it takes is for the other side to say something that you don't like. And now you got to stand on the energy that you were presenting, right? Sometimes it's way better to be more in control of your fucking emotions, and you could feel a way inside and you don't have to show it. It's called wolf in sheep clothing. Where you're just like, yo, I want to talk to you, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, so that shit y'all was doing online, that, that's not cool. Act would leave that conversation way more in your favor, because look, all it takes is less than 24 hours and he's right back on stream saying things that you probably would have an issue with. And you may not get the opportunity to bump into him anytime soon before he already continues to tear at your fucking character and what you got going on as one of the biggest platforms. And that's why everybody got a problem with him, because when he says unfavorable things in their direction, it's coming from a big platform. Okay. Now, speaking of platform, let's go to the other side. It's natural and sometimes it's justified. People don't just have a problem with the root source. In this case, it was 6ix9ine. People have a problem with the enabler too. Okay. Right now, if all right, so we've been covering the Serious Jones and the Ice shit, right? If if I interview the guy that was sitting next to Serious Jones, even if he says the exact same things that he said in that video with Serious Jones, Ice would look at me and be like, now let's say that video does 50,000 views, right? Ice would look at me like, oh, ARP. It wouldn't just be looking at that guy that came on here to talk shit. He would also take issue with the enabler. And people do that a lot, right? Akademiks is playing he's either playing stupid there or he's being naive. His friendship with 6ix9ine and Whack 100 has in many scenarios tore at the character, the reputation, the gang nature, or the snitch allegations towards Jim Jones. Many times, Whack 100 has campaigned that Jim Jones is a snitch a million times. 6ix9ine did it recently. You see the viral video going around of Jim Jones pulling up on Mel Murder as he got out of jail the first day. They hug and they embrace, and then they go and they run around together, puts the chain on him. You home now, I got you. But Mel Murder was looked at as one of the high-ranking non-trade bloods in New York. And that, I mean, come on. Like, I'm not exposing them. They walking around with chains that got fives on them because that's their birth month or some shit. No, like what the fuck do the fives mean? All right, everybody wake the fuck up. And what did 6ix9ine do the moment that Mel Murder came home? Because they got issues, and 6ix9ine will forever not fuck with Mel Murder. What does he do? He starts painting Mel Murder as a snitch. Says he was sentenced to like 11 and he came home in 7. Now, Jim Jones already having people that sometimes play with his name for being a rat. Whack did it for the airport shit with Jim. He did it for saying that there's some other shit that was going on, and Jim caught a case somewhere allegedly, and it never materialized. And then of course the epic situation with the audio being released, where Jim Jones is on the phone with Mel Murder, and they're talking about 6ix9ine. He like super violated, and it seems like Jim Jones is giving orders to Mel Murder. So they looked at it. Well, Whack 100 looked at it like, well, Mel Murder just got convicted and served all these years, and Jim Jones goes untouched. Why? Now we know that Whack 100 jumps out the window a lot. He just did that to fucking Zay Osama, right? Just make shit up sometimes. Like just because you're out in a month and I think it should have been at least a year, you ratted. Like Whack 100 does that too much, okay? But he's done that with Jim, and I think it got legs because people was like, yeah, like we all listened to that audio, Jim. Like nobody was interested in you, like the feds wasn't. And the narrative becomes the narrative. So you got academics giving a platform and sometimes to a degree co-signing or at least enjoying Whack 100 playing with Jim Jones's reputation, his name, and all that, as same as his boy Mel Murder. And that's where it all comes from. That's what it all boils down to. So when Jim says, that type of stuff and acting like it can get you hurt, Jim Jones was better off saying it, because now Academics gets to come up here and some people won't leave with the type of message that I'm saying right now. And they'll hear Academics out and they'll just won't put two and two together. They'll just say, like, oh, yeah, maybe he just bumped into Jim and Jim just out of nowhere said this. I'm not sticking up for Jim. I don't think that Jim needs to move like that. But I know what it's tied to. Maybe sometimes people don't like to bring that type of shit up. They just want to say it like on the surface. You know, the type of shit you do on the internet could get you hurt, right? Or playing with me, right? But tell the man, yo, Whack 106.9 are calling me and Mel Murder snitches. Do you believe that, Act? Like, you can ask a question. Do you believe that? Do you endorse that? Do you feel like platforming somebody calling me a snitch and there's no paperwork, I shouldn't feel away? Ask those questions and let's see what Act says. Instead of Jim doing that, though, he's just regular Jim. Just pretty much lets the person walk away feeling like the only thing that just happened right now was a vague threat, and I don't even have the full explanation for him of why he feels how he feels. I know why, but I ain't trying to teach Jim how to navigate that shit. Jim is who he is, like I said. He is who he is. Sorry, it's true though on that one.